very spunky little girl. She's just full of personality. She used to go up and down the street just around our house and just always be making new friends.
Sounds like a like a herd of elephants coming through the house. You know, she's running so fast and just gives you a hug and tells you she loves you, and you know, just how fun and playful she was. She was a very, very, very playful child. I just miss it so much.
The story of Serenity Dennard is unlike any we've seen here in the Black Hills. It started right here at the Black Hills Children's Home near Rockerville. It was here on Super Bowl Sunday a year ago that Serenity ran. And despite a massive investigation and perhaps the largest search in the history of the state of South Dakota, there's still no sign of where she is or where she's gone. Reports are that Serenity was playing in the gym when another child ran out. And with that distraction to staff, little 9-year-old Serenity Dennard ran for the door.
Yeah, we had 2 witnesses that day, and they seen her slip and fall on the cattle guard. Then she crossed this cattle guard, and this was South Rockerville Road behind us. She would have turned here and went north on South Rockerville Road, and in this, probably 30, 40-yard stretch is where she was last seen walking north.
So how long a period of time is that from when she was seen till when she disappears?
Within minutes, the witnesses notified staff there was somebody running on the road, a child, and within 3 to 4 or 5 minutes, they drove out on the road and started looking themselves. The witnesses did.
And that was the last time that Serenity was seen. The Children's Home was criticized for waiting an hour and 41 minutes to report Serenity's disappearance. Once the Pennington County Sheriff's Office arrived, searchers quickly swung into action with the weather turning against them. It didn't take long for investigators and searchers to realize this wasn't going to be a typical missing child case. Search went on day after day, month after month.
This is very tough. It's, everybody that's involved that's been out here searching, obviously it becomes personal. I mean, it's an emotional thing. And the longer it goes on, it gets harder and harder because, everybody wants to bring Serenity home. If she is up in the woods, we want to find her and bring closure to all this.
Home Society Executive Director Bill Colson was quoted as saying, complacency among the staff was an issue. Kids had run in the past. Staff had found them. They thought this time would have been the same, end quote.
Kids typically don't do what Serenity did. So I'll be perfectly honest, it caught us a bit off guard. Runaways at our agency are not uncommon. What is uncommon is for a child to run a great distance away. Typically, a child, if they leave one room, they'll run into another room, hide under a bed, hide under a desk or something like that. And so we responded like we would typically respond, and that is, let's search the buildings first. As a result, we delayed a bit in dialing 911. And in conversation with the Sheriff's Department and the Police Department, there's no prescribed time. The word that the sheriff used with me was that sooner is always better.
At the time of that interview in April, Colson said policies had already been changed. All radios would now be set to a single frequency, and 911 would now be called immediately.
I'm not absolutely certain it would have made a real difference in locating Serenity.
And the weather presented a huge challenge, shutting down the search at times, but that didn't dim the resolve of the people doing the work.
The Sheriff of Pennington County is 100% committed to bringing Serenity home, no matter how that is. We're working every angle of every possibility, and we are going to work until we find her, and that is our 100% commitment.
It's hard knowing as a searcher that I've got a missing 9-year-old in my backyard out here, and so we want closure for that family. We want closure for Serenity, and we want closure for the community.